Ooh, I hope my lighting is cool. I don't really know. It's been a little month or so, whatever. Let me get this right real quick before I start talking my talk on this thing. Let me get right. Let me get right. First of all, let me get right, baby. Let me get right. I'm doing this podcast episode by myself, and I've got my laptop right here. Yeah, I don't really have the real podcast pieces yet. But let me get comfortable because we're gonna be here for a while. I feel so weird doing this by myself, but then again, I don't feel weird because I actually do YouTube, and um, I guess it's not that weird because I actually do YouTube already. Um, so before I even get to talking all this nonsense, welcome back to the not so. Hold on, let me get the right name, y'all, because literally I named the podcast once I did my first episode with my mom. So not a podcast, almost a podcast. That's what I named it. So welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Ooh. Welcome back. It's been like about a month. I haven't recorded much. I did record another episode with my mom, and the episode was gonna be my episode 2, but instead I decided to make this my episode 2 because I felt called to do this by myself. I did want episode 2 to be about relationships. I felt like if it flowed perfectly together because my first episode, I pretty much was we talked about, I do have gum in my mouth. I'm gonna spit it out. I wanted the episodes to flow because the first episode was about growing into a woman. I just felt like it only made sense to talk about relationships. For my second episode, I did try to record, but it didn't work out well. It didn't go well the way I wanted to. It was a lot going on. I could still drop like little bloopers or things because it was pretty funny in my eyes. I know I'm goofy, so um, I will drop those. Pootie was in it. It was lit. It was turned, but my mics was off, and just a lot of things was not going right. I had to check my notes just now, y'all. So, but I just decided that I was called to do an episode by myself. You know, a lot of people was giving me feedback on my Instagram. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Super Yoxic. Yoxic with a Y. Replace T in toxic and turn it to a Y. Big Yoxic. You know, Super Yoxic. The only Yoxic, because there's a lot of people who try to steal my name, but you could never because I created that name. No, I'm sorry. But seriously though. But what I was gonna say, yes, I've seen a lot of feedback on my Instagram saying that you guys do want a person who is close in age with me and who can relate to the things that I'm talking about on my podcast, which is fair. But I don't have many friends where I live at. I am pretty much by myself often. I do have acquaintances who I can add on my podcast, but it's such a struggle when you're creating and you have to work around other people's schedules and stuff like that. Sometimes it just does not work that way. It becomes a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It really does become a lot. So I like to move at my own pace, at my own beat. I don't like to really incorporate other people into what I'm doing because it sometimes becomes very discouraging. And I know this is completely not on topic of what I'm talking about today, but I just feel like it's needed to be said. So I just want y'all to know that. Be patient with me. I am one person. I record, edit, I sit down and record these things. I also work. I am a mother, and I also have a social life, so I do like going outside. And that's just what it is. Okay. But so like every episode I start, I ask, how are you doing? So I need to ask myself, how am I doing? Today I am doing well. Every day I feel like it's a different type of mood, a type of feeling. Every day is not the same. Yesterday I was hungover, be honest. I was pretty hungover. I was kind of not 100% myself because the night before I done showed my ass, y'all. I done showed my raggedy. I'm not even raggedy. I'm too good to be raggedy, baby. But I done showed my black ass. Okay, let's just say that. And I really did not feel like my best self. But today I am feeling like I'm about an 8.5, and that is better than what I felt yesterday. And that's why I said, like, every day is a new feeling, is everything. Every day is a new feeling. Every day is a new day. Um, I'm not gonna try to bring what happened to me the day before or yesterday into my today, because today is a new day. And at the end of the day gotta end. No, let me stop. But no, like, seriously, like, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like an 8.5. I woke up feeling good. I did my makeup. I wanted to give y'all more of like a cozy vibe. And yes, these are really my glasses, y'all. These are really my glasses. These is no fraud. These are really my glasses. I wanted to give y'all like a little classy, cute, curly head, like comfy. I got leggings on vibe. It is very much too hot for this sweater outside, but we're gonna go with it, baby. We're gonna go with it. My Venus Libra said put it on, put that pink on, baby. So we gonna go with it. And I look good in pink, so nah. But yes, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling um blessed, humbled, and just, loved, a little delusional from time to time, but love. No. But yes, I'm definitely feeling loved. I feel good. Um, that's just really where I'm at with it. Um, this episode, I don't even know what to call this episode. I want this to be a free flowing episode. I guess I feel like I don't have to address anything that goes on in my life, but I do want to be an influencer, and I learned that I am a very private person when it comes to certain things. I share things to a level, but I know if you want to be in the world of influencing, you have to share some things about your life. And y'all, I'm about to take these glasses off. I haven't wore these in a while because my glasses are loose, so I'm just gonna take them off because they are bothering me. Um, hey, okay, they are bothering me, but so right now mentally I am trying to get at a place. I'm looking at my notes, y'all. So I had wrote some stuff that I wanted to touch on. But mentally I am in a place where I am trying to get balance. I took a spiritual bath about 2 nights ago or a night ago. I definitely took a spiritual bath. A spiritual bath can consist of many different things. You can look online and see what all you need or what herbs you need. But I just do a regular, degular salt, pearl salt bath, y'all. I get in the tub, I set my intention, I pray. Whoever you believe in, you set that intention, you pray in that bath and release those things, and you wipe that and you wash it away. And honestly, I cannot lie to you. I've done those for as far as like probably like 4 or 5 years. I've been doing those, and honestly, baby, I think I'm back balanced. Baby, I think I'm back in the game. Like, literally, I think I am back in the freaking game. And honestly, baby, I really don't have no choice but to be back in the game. You hear me? So yes, I did take a spiritual bath about a night or two ago. I drank my tea. Okay. And I'm back in the game. But I just wanted to address that on there because I know sometimes a lot of people follow me on social media and they do see me out often. And they're probably like, what's up with her? Because we don't never see that girl outside this much. Baby, it's summer. I'm living my life. I'm single. Ready to meet. No. Let me chill. But yes, I'm single. I am. But yeah, But no, like, I'm living my life, and but I do know that sometimes I do go out too much and I become off balance, and I'm very big on protecting my energy, and I have not been doing that lately because being out in lounges and clubs at bars, you connect with so many different people, and it messes with your aura and your spirit. So You have to be mindful of those things and always make sure you are getting rid of any other people's energies around you. You just don't know who you are connecting with or what energy that they have on them that does not align with you. And I had to recognize that I felt like I wasn't being myself. I felt like I was being pretty off balance. So I decided, to take my spiritual cleanse and get them energies off of me, baby, so I can be Maya Akoi. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Amen. So I did have like I definitely took a step back and I had to do that thing. And but no, what I was really trying to get into is that I really just wanted to address that, you know, I am organized chaos. I say this in almost everything, even in my blogs. I have even addressed this and said that I am very much organized chaos. Don't expect shit over here. Don't. I'm not consistent. I abandon projects. Um I do. I'm human. I mentally get drained sometimes. And when I'm mentally drained, I can't be creative. And being creative is me far as sitting down in front of this camera to have conversations or interesting conversations that you guys will give a freak about, or even just sitting down and editing my videos, or like the time where I ran a lash business and I gave up my lash business because I thought I was going to rebrand and I just never went back. But also because I got bored. A lot of people don't know that about me, but yes, I get bored really easily and I was enjoying my lash business, but it wasn't because it was a lash business. It was because it was a business. I love entrepreneurship, but you have to be creative and you have to hustle when you're an entrepreneur. And me being a mom, me having a social life, me having bills, when you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't pay it don't pay the bills right away. So, you know, I was drained and it's not a lot of people around me who knows how to run businesses or just no help, for real. Like, I'm gonna just keep it funky. Yes, I have support in my family and stuff like that, but nobody gonna see your vision the way you see your vision. So you gotta put 10 toes down if you really want to make it happen, and it gotta be really about you. And if you're not in the best place mentally, me personally, baby, it's hard. If I'm not in the best place to create or to put my 110% of energy into it, I abandon things. And that's just the honest truth. Like, I feel like I'm bad at consistency even in friendships. I sometimes suck at being consistent. Not that I don't love them. I love them very much, but I just suck at consistency and I just don't know why. Um it's something that I every day, being that I'm 26, I want to work on because you need some type of consistency, some type of balance, some type of structure. You need that in your life, but it's just hard. So, um, yes, I abandoned things. I abandoned doing hair reviews because I got bored. And yes, I do love to be an entrepreneur. And yes, I would love to be an influencer and a content creator, but I got bored. Like, I really, really did get bored. I really did get mentally drained. I really burnt myself out. I didn't pace myself. I was doing multiple things at one time, trying to master it instead of just not playing checkers, but not playing checkers, but playing chess and mastering things one step at a time. Um, I try to do multiple things because I felt like I was multi talented in multiple different ways and thought I can do it all and thinking that I'm superwoman, and I'm not. I'm just Maya, Um, so, you know, I say that to say, like, give yourself grace when it comes to certain things and take your time. You don't need to be in a rush for any freaking thing. Whatever it is, it will come and it will be, and you will know 100%, and it will feel 100% right for you. Um, I'm not going to get into, I am going to get into that. Matter of fact, yes, we are. Yes. Y'all like, what? But yes, we are going to get into that. But I got notes, so I'm going to follow the agenda. That's called being consistent and disciplined. Okay. Um, we're gonna get into what I was thinking of. I'm not gonna bring it out to y'all yet, but matter of fact, it's right on time. I did write it in a great order. Okay, but we're gonna get into like far as like the influencer side and stuff like that. I am not big on vulnerability. And I know that when you're on such platforms, you have to have some type of vulnerability. If you don't have any of that kind of vulnerability in some type of way where people can relate to you or see themselves, see you inside of them, you don't stand a chance. It's like, wow, boo hoo, pack it up. We don't care. And even though even now you may not care now, but we always look for someone to relate to in some type of way. You can scream all day, no, but we do. Or um, you know, depending on what you believe in, we always in a way idolize someone. I don't really idolize people, but I am inspired by people very often. So in a way, as human beings, I feel like in my eyes, that is something that we always do. Um, but what I was trying to say was, because I get off the topic, I ramble when I talk a lot. I know I talk a lot, but what I was really trying to say, like in the influencer world, you have to be some type of vulnerable. And I'm learning to share things because I know that some of the things that I go through and I experience can help another person, or they actually get to see, like, okay, I'm not the only person going through this. Like when I was in therapy, my therapist would always constantly tell me, you're not a unicorn, baby. You ain't the only one. Everybody, it's other people out here that's going through it as just as well as you going through it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same for me. Um, I always want to teach and inspire and be the messenger in any type of way because I feel like at my age, I'm not special, I'm not a unicorn, but I do have a unique point of view. And, I feel like I can inspire, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and help people. Like, I'm a Virgo. So if that means anything to you, if you understand that, we are helpers. We are healers to the earth. Regardless if anyone wants to say it, we're damn near wizards, Pisces as well, Geminis as well, musicians, if you know, that's gonna be another episode if you want to talk about astrology. But baby, yes. Um, so me wanting to be an influencer, like I said, you gotta have some type of vulnerability. You have to be consistent. You just have to have your head in the game. And my head ain't always in the game because I want to do shit on my own time. That's just really what it is. I do shit when I feel like it. Don't expect much from me because I am who I am and I'm gonna be who I am. And at the end of the day, if I don't want to do that shit, I ain't gonna do that shit. And that's just what it is to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a human at the end of the day and I live my own day-to-day life. But I done touched on this in some of my weekly vlogs, and I said I personally just don't feel like I fit the aesthetic. People are looking for a certain type of thing, and when they see me, they think that's what it's gonna be mentally, but it's really not. Like, or whatever their perspective is. So I don't feel like I fit anywhere, and that's okay if you don't fit anywhere. But I don't have time to change the trajectory. I hope I said that right. I don't have time to change that. So the world on social media is fixed a certain way, and that's just what it is. I can get into all day and say how it's fixed by BBLs, the Instagram baddie look, the Jada's, the Aries, um, bottle girls, the strippers, the just influencer girls is fixed a certain way. And if you don't fit in any of those calibers, then you're just not in there. And I'm not just saying those are the only categories, there's many, many, many categories. But as a black woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't fit somewhere in between any of those, baby. You're nobody. And me, um, I don't think I fit in any of those. And I don't want to fit in any of those because I'm me. And I don't ever want to be put in a box. And I feel like when it comes to social media and influencer stuff, we are put in a box too often. And that is just not me. Don't know what to say about that. Don't know what else to say about that, but everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. Everybody's doing the same thing as, and I'm not saying I'm not doing the same thing because baby, I'm sitting in front of a freaking camera and got a little mic calling it a podcast. So yes, everybody is doing the same thing. Everybody's talking about the same thing and moving the same way, kind of thinking the same way. I just don't feel like I fit anywhere. Where do I go, guys? Where do I fit? I don't have fake teeth. I don't have the BBL body. I'm slim. I'm 5'9" in height. I don't look like I don't have um facial structures like everybody else. I'm a black woman with two black parents with a wide nose. I don't have the mixed look, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you know, you know. But we're gonna keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like I fit in any aesthetic, and that's okay. And if you rock with me, you rock me, and I always appreciate that because I always got on YouTube and I always showed my personality and always showed that I was different. And if you know, you know, and if you rock with me, you rock with me. Okay? But I just wanted to touch on that because I did touch on some of that in my vlogs. And I'm never going to be the aesthetic girl. I'm never going to be that girl. I'm never going to be that person. I am organized chaos. And I'm going to live by that until I get to an age where I don't live by it anymore. That's just what it is. I'm living life to life. I am experienced on a day-to-day basis. And that's just what I feel I am here for. Experiencing. But yeah, I'm just here to experience and just whatever it is that I want to experience, I'm here to experience. That's just where I'm at with it. Um, that's that on aesthetic and being an influencer. But I want to get back to me speaking on therapy. Um, I have noticed that I think I spoke on this in the first episode. I'm not really sure. Can't really remember because I did record another episode that did not drop. But I want to touch on how I openly shared that I was on therapy and I openly share that on social media as well. And I openly share it with people around me as well. I kind of hate when I tell people I'm in therapy and they look at me like, what is wrong with you? Just as much as wrong with you, just as much as is wrong with you, like literally. Um, I'm not diagnosed with anything mentally. Um, everybody has problems and everybody go through things on in a different way and handle things in a different way. I just prefer to try to deal with the things that I'm going through in a more healthy way. I think therapy for me is healing, and I feel like my therapist is almost like a life coach to me. And it helped me so much. I started therapy back in about November, I think, of last year. And I just stopped for a month. And I still run into humps and hurdles. But the reason why I stopped for a month is because I didn't want to feel so codependent on constantly running to therapy when any inconvenience starts to happen, but to see if I can handle those things and feel good about myself on my own. I don't want to continue to use something as a crutch. So I had to stop for a little while to see what I can do for myself. I use my resources. I learn a ton of things about myself. I open my eyes to a ton of things. Now it's time for me to do the work by myself without leaning on the crunch. And if I feel I need to go back, I'll go back and it would be that. But right now, I have to, even after every session I have had, I always done the work. And that's the only way you get results, if you're actually doing the work. If you are going to therapy and you just sitting there not talking to your therapist, or your therapist is having to pick, you know, pull teeth and stuff like that, then baby, it is not going to work for you. You have to do the work, and you have to go in there with an open mind. You have to be vulnerable and open. And I just always get so many questions about that. Like, how do you do therapy and this stranger doesn't care? And that's the best part about it for me. This person don't care. And I'd rather it be a person who does not know me than a family member telling me what they think I need to hear, or what they believe I should be doing, or I share these things and then they turn around and they throw it back in my face, or they be judgmental, or whatever the case may be. This stranger is just doing their work and going about their business. If they're judging me, it's never going to get back to me. So I prefer that, and prefer an outside person looking into the situation, not to be biased, to be able to give me better insight on things. And not only that, these are trained people who went to school for this. So I trust that. And it worked for me. And I tell anybody that you don't have to be crazy to do therapy, baby, in the slightest way. Yes, I have toxic traits like anybody else. And yes, I do have some things that toxic habits or toxic things that I do have to unlearn. But in no form or shape or form, I am a psychotic, crazy, cuckoo person because I'm doing therapy. Like, oh yeah, she must have been way strong down or something if she had to do. No, relax. I'm just like anybody else, and I just prefer to work on myself healthy, in a healthy way. And that's just it. It's healing to me. And I just want to be the best version of myself. As Black people, we don't get the help enough. We don't use the resources. We don't get the resources. So I'm fortunate enough to be in a generation or a climate where therapy is okay now. Therapy was not okay then. Therapy is okay now, and I'm proud of that, But yes, baby, I'm not crazy. I can get a little crazy because I'm human, but I'm not crazy, okay? So I want to talk about something on a more serious note that I kind of touched on in the first episode that I didn't speak on when it was asked, me and my mom asked, how am I doing and where I'm at. So about a month ago, um, I was in I'm sorry, I'm chewing because I got nervous to share this. I was in a pretty DV situation, on both ends. But I was in a pretty much a DV toxic situation. And um see, being vulnerable, baby, being vulnerable. So I don't want to get into like full details about what has taken place because baby, I'm still dealing with it, and I still, gotta go to court and those things for it. But yes, dealing with that with a person that you love and you cared and you trust, it's heartbreaking. It's very, very, it's devastating. I tell anybody that I never dealt with a real death besides my grandmother. No death to friends, and it doesn't have to be a physical death, but just a parting, a break-in is still a death. Um, Having to accept that something like that has taken place, and you are hurt, you get mixed feelings about a situation. I'm saying something without saying nothing. But having to deal with that and had to put, you know, put an end to a situation that no longer is aligning with you anymore. It sucks. Because you love the person, you put time in it in both ends. It's rough. It's mixed emotions. So I'm dealing with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys see me outside doing what you're doing. I'm dealing with shit. I'm dealing with it in the best way I know how. I have good days. I have bad days. And anybody that ever went through DV, bro, like, it shit sucks because it's like a mental thing that you would never freaking understand. Real story, like true shit. Um, I'm not gonna sit up here and be like a DV advocate or none of that. Um, Maybe at the end of the tunnel, when it get down to it and I get a little bit older and look back on it, maybe I could speak on it a little bit more. But if you are in a situation like that, I pray that you get out of it, you get out of it safe, man or woman, and you don't be afraid to do what's best for you and best what's best for you and what's best for your safety, like true shit, because it's sticky and I know how hard it is to leave, you know? It's a mental thing and nobody would ever understand that. People could turn and, turn a blind eye and judge. And even if you do, stand up for yourself and you decide I'm not putting up with this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? You do what you gotta do, then you gotta have the backlash from people calling you a liar or saying it's your fault or saying what you do to cause it. You have to deal with all that. And it's not easy. But what I would say is stay 10 toes. And it's not even a joke. Stay 10 toes on what the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? Stay 10 toes and you got this and give yourself grace that is one day at a time. And give yourself grace and it will get better. 100%. Like, it's not even no jokey, funny stuff, but real life. But I just wanted to touch on that because I don't think many people knew that I was going through that. And I'm not here to bash that person or to say anything negative about them. Can't do that. Never in this lifetime could I do that. But I want to move on to after having to deal with such thing on my dating life. As you all know, I absolutely I love dating. I do. I just cannot sit up here and pretend that I am not just a lover girl. I'm not a soft girl in a way, but I am definitely a lover girl. I'm definitely a soft girl. And I'm gonna be a lover girl and soft girl to the day I decide. 100%. I don't care what nobody think about it. You know what I'm saying? Um I did pretty much struggle when it first happened. I really did struggle with it first when it first happened because I really almost felt like anybody was going to hurt me, that anybody's going to hurt me. And then I also felt like I couldn't get a person mad because if I got a person mad, then they might harm me or they might do something to me. I still have that fear inside of me as well, or the slightest inconvenience or something. I still have that kind of fear inside of myself. Um, but dating is fucking awful. I almost hate dating. Like, seriously, I really absolutely hate dating because it's so hard to come across a real connection, deep, real connection. And I long for that. I long for a deep connection. Um, I really I just wait for that. I'll wait for that before I get into that. I'll wait for that to get into that. But having to struggle and deal with a heartbreak and then go on to have to put yourself first, and then also try to also get back in the field. And there's no rush to get back in the field. But like I always say, I really, really enjoy partnerships. I hate, absolutely hate when people tell me, just stay by yourself. Just stay by yourself. Um, I've been by myself my whole life. Literally, I was born by myself. I've been by myself my whole life. Now, I want to tell people this. Just because you prefer a partnership does not mean that you lack independency. I pay my bills by myself. I take care of my son. I don't take care of myself, my kid by myself. He does have a dad. We do co-parent, but we take care of our kid individually. Um, yes, it is a partnership still with taking care of him, but I do take care of certain things for him, and his dad takes care of certain things for him as well. I take care of myself by myself, which you have to do. No one does that for me. So, it's not like somebody is relying on someone to bring me joy and happiness, but love is healing. Stop being brainwashed to believe that you need to be by yourself to be your best self, because it feels great when you love yourself and another person also loves you for you. There's nothing wrong with it. And I feel like we are made to believe that we just have to be by ourselves. Baby, I want a man. Okay. And I want a good man. Okay. And if that makes you feel some type of way, or make you feel like I'm desperate, or make you feel like I'm lacking independency, or if I'm being needy, then that sounds like a you problem. Cause that's what I want. And if you don't want that, that's cool. Cause also, me wanting a man, I want $1,000,000 too. We all want things, you know what I'm saying? So that's not just the only thing I want. I don't just want a man. I don't want to just, I want $1,000,000 too. I want a successful business too. That doesn't change it because I want a man. So I just want to let y'all know, because y'all stay trying to run y'all lips and tell me what I need and what works for me when you ain't me. And if it works for you, let it work for you. If you like being alone, if you like being by yourself, and that works for you to help your growth or whatever your vision or your journey is for you, let that be for you. Okay? That's what's for me. And for any girls out there who get shamed for wanting a lover, fuck them. That's all I gotta say. Okay? Fuck them. Fuck them. So, yes, like, that's just where I'm at with it. Like, and I wanted to clear that up because people often mistaken me to, always with somebody, and I'm going to continue to be with somebody. Continue. Continue. Until that somebody is just that only somebody forever. And if it's not forever anymore, then life goes on. This shit is all an experience at the end of the day. Until it's right and it's 100% for me and it aligns right for me, then that's what it's going to be. Yeah. But I really, on a serious, like, real shit, like, don't let people make you feel bad for the things that you feel like you want and you need in your life. This shit about you. This shit ain't about them. If that's what works for them, let it work for them. Stop telling people what you think they need to do because it works for you. You are not in their journey. Okay. On another note, far as like me myself going back, I'm gonna jump around some. Ooh, excuse me. Far as me myself, I definitely do struggle with trying to break certain bad habits, but you have to, put your foot forward every day to try to unlearn habits, because it's a lot of things that you get accustomed to doing and you forget that, it worked for you then, but it may not work for you now. You might have to readjust your position in your life. You should be growing. every day, and not just every year or every month. Every day there should be some type of growth, I feel, in my eyes. And for me, I'm constantly trying to evolve every day. Once I notice that I have certain habits that I am taking with me, I am constantly trying to break those chains, break those cycles, break those toxic habits. And I just like I said, I just feel like that's what life is all about. Right now I am very much struggling with trying to break certain habits like alcohol. No, I'm not an alcoholic, and no, I'm not addicted to it, but I drink. And I have to slow down before it becomes a crazy habit. You know what I'm saying? Like, too much of anything is not good. Too much of food is not good for your body. Too much of being with a person can become a lie. Too I just think of things like too much of anything is not a good thing. And I apply that to anything in my life, like that's just kind of how I look at it. Um but yes, I definitely struggle with trying to break habits, and also I struggle with a bit of self-love when it comes to certain ways. And relax your lips and relax your face and relax your brain, because that doesn't mean I don't love myself and I don't put myself first, because in a lot of ways I still very much put myself first. For example, now that I am dating, um if a person is not showing me that they don't value me or respect my boundaries, or just certain type of things that I have for myself that is mapped out, that just doesn't align for me, I piece them out. And that's putting me first every day, because that's not dealing with bullshit that I don't want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Or bullshit that I don't need to deal with. So I cut it short. And that's the best thing I ever did in my life, because I know that in the past, I done dealt with a lot of shit that I did not have to deal with. But now I'm in a place where I'm like, bro, I don't have to deal with this shit. If I don't like it now, I'm not going to like it later. And I'm not saying that the person can't change, absolutely, but just not today. And I need them to be where I'm at today. And there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't make them a bad person. That doesn't make them a good person. Just not for me right now. Maybe in the future it could be for me, but right now, no. So if I don't like the shit that they doing right now, I might not like it tomorrow either. So I'm not gonna make excuses for anybody to continue to be in my life with shit that I don't want to deal with. And that's the best thing that I ever done for myself. It feels so empowering to just put myself first in that sense. And it sounds selfish, but sometimes you just need to be selfish for yourself. And I spoke that in my first episode. It's okay to be selfish with you. So don't scream, "Oh, she don't put herself first, or she just want a partner." No, I definitely, in the dating world, I had to learn, baby, there is just certain shit that I'm just not willing to fuck with, and that's okay. Okay, and that is perfectly okay. But I definitely still feel like I do in some way struggle with certain things that I want to improve when it comes to self love. Um, for sure. And when I learn those things, I will absolutely share those things. But right now, I'm working on it, so I can't share it until I get it. You know what I'm saying? But oh, moving along, man. This is crazy. We almost down the line though. I'm proud of myself. I really did this podcast by myself, and I feel like I done touched a lot of shit. So I'm feeling kind of good. But um I don't even know how to transition to this, but I was gonna say, like, I don't know what it is, but I really feel like I struggle with feeling alone even when I'm not 100% alone. And this goes back to me always being alone. I'm the baby of the family. I played by myself. I didn't particularly have any siblings in the house beside my brother. My brother left. My brother is, what, 9 years older than me, I think. So I was in the house by myself. Like, I did things by myself. Even when I became a teenager, I was still in the house by myself, doing things by myself. I remember being 15, 16, maybe 14, and being in my room with my room door closed. Summertime like now, uh, little dimmer inside of my room with just music playing and me just vibing, like laying on my bed on my full size bed because I didn't have a twin size then. Full size bed, just vibing in different music and just being by myself. And that's why like I laugh hysterically when people tell me, you don't know how to be by yourself. I was by myself my whole fucking life. I'm the baby. I didn't have siblings in the house. You know what I'm saying? It comes off like I'm the only child because I didn't have siblings in the house. Um, I'm the baby. So I was around adults or cousins or my older siblings when I was around them. But when I was at home, it was me doing things by myself. You know what I'm saying? Me going outside by myself to meet friends, me doing shit by myself. Very hyper independent. And I'm still very hyper independent, but to a certain extent. We're gonna get into that one day, just not right now. But very much always by myself. So when I say I want a partner, that's stemming from constantly being alone. Not saying that my parents weren't there. They were very much present in my life. I have both of my parents very much present in my life, did a lot of things with me. But, just being the only child in the crib, you know what I'm saying? Like if you know, I feel like you always just gonna long for a person. Like, yes, I'm absolutely okay with being flexible and being by myself, doing things by myself, but sometimes I do want a partner. And rather it's a friend, whether it's a romantic partner, it just doesn't matter what it is. I have a Venus in Libra, and if you know, that's just what it is, baby. Like, we love partnerships, bro. Like, if you know, you freaking know. Um, but I have a kid, I have my parents, but just always constantly feeling alone, even when I'm not alone, and feeling very misunderstood. Ooh, I had to change mine. Yeah, one of my hair looks lopsided because if you know, I had two ponytails and I took the ponytails out because I just didn't feel like they were 100% done right. But it's all good. She still did her thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be trying to make a little style out of it already. I might have to just get this wig reinstalled, but sorry. But yeah, like feeling really misunderstood and feeling like an outcast a lot of times, which is cool. It's not a problem. I've always been an outcast. But it's just as you get older, it just excuse me. Sometimes it does bother you, like, dang, like nobody don't get me. But again, I'm not a unicorn. I know there's other people who feel like that. I got a good friend who often tells me that all the time. Like, I feel so misunderstood. And she'd be like, yo, you be getting it, like, shout out to Shar. She'd be like, yo, you be getting it. And it's not even the fact that I be getting it. I do get it, you know what I'm saying? But I have I have compassion and empathy for um different views, like everybody's not the same. And I feel like we were put on earth not to be the same. If we all are the same, then we will all be doing the same thing at this present moment, and everybody will be sitting in front of a camera doing what I'm doing, or I'm doing what they're doing right now. And I respect the differences in people. That's why I said, like, if being alone works for you, I'm not going to tell you, oh, you need a person, you're always alone, why don't you have a person? Like, imagine me telling you that. Like, that sounds crazy. Like, why you never in love? Why you never have somebody? You gonna be alone for the rest of your life. You gonna die alone. Like, that's not my place to say that. If you prefer to be alone, you prefer to be alone for a reason. That's okay. And that works for you, and you feel like you thrive, you love it, that's great. I respect the differences in people. And that makes the world go around. Everybody's not the freaking same. Like, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I respect differences in people and I appreciate the differences in people. So, you know, I just sometimes wish that people felt the same way for me, 100%. Um, Baby, we almost down the line. Oh my God. I did it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Um, I already touched on this. It says me viewing the world as an experience, but seeing the world in two different lights, you know? Yes, I do view the world as an experience. Like I view as anything that I do as an experience. I don't like to do the same thing because I want to experience it all. I mean, I don't want to say all, like selective things, I do love experiences. Like no matter what it is, like sad, bad, happy, love, you fucking name it. I am down for the feeling, the not even just the feeling. Like I said, the experience as a whole. Like, um, I view the world in two different lights. I view the world as, excuse me, with the gum. I view the world in two different lights, bad and good, of course. There's some good and also in bad. With good, there's always bad, and it just really depends on the perspective of how you view the world, and the way you view the world will shape you into whoever you are today or whoever you want to be or wherever you want to be. And I had to change my perspective on the world of always living in fear, always living in worry, always living in doubt. Um, I'm proud of myself because I used to worry heavily about money. I love money. Um, I used to worry so much about paying my bills, jobs, stuff like that. And I always was never in bad shape, but what I had to come to terms and learn that I was constantly in survival mode without having to be in survival mode because I watched my parents having to be in survival mode, but not realizing that their experience of being in survival mode is not what I am experiencing right now. You see? Oh my gosh, y'all. I had to realize that because my parents were living in survival mode, I took that with me because of the fear of not wanting to live in survival mode. But I already was not living in survival mode to begin with. So it was like I had to learn how to stop worrying about stuff. I had to learn how to stop putting so much pressure on myself. And now I feel I'm not putting pressure or worrying. And that's why I say this to say I don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks about me. I'm free to do as I please. 100%. And some days I'm happy, some days I'm mad, some days I'm sad, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But I view the world in that light. So just depends on how you view the world is what you shall get, I feel. And that's just where I'm at with it. We ain't gonna even get to it. I'm gonna have another episode with that because I think that would be great to speak on. Great to speak on. Um, I already addressed this. I love that. But before I end this episode, um, I think I already touched base on it. It's just wanting unconditional love from people around me and just not 100, not always being 100% conventional. Sometimes I can be very unconventional but also traditional in a way. I just really long for a partner who just rocks with me 100%, no matter what, good, bad, solid as a bitch, you know. um Building that closeness, that union, that solidness, that loyalness, um, and just being able to authentically show up as ourselves in that connection. I just really long for that. And I said to this to one of my friends yesterday, and I said, I really just don't think I am 100% ready for a relationship, but I do long to have a person who I connect with and we just have a conversation and we are just on one accord and we get it and we have that connection and we respect each other and kind of are giving each other unconditional love in whatever way that looks like for us. And we are just authentically ourselves. And my friend said, nah, in the perfect world, I would also want that too. But it does also come off as toxic. And I said, shit, is it toxic? Or are we told that it is toxic? Is it toxic, y'all? Is it toxic? But I just long for a unconventional, deep connection that is unconditional. Is that a thing? I do. I just really want someone to rock with me until we can get to that highest step. But I just want someone to literally love me unconditionally at my best and at my worst. Um, I don't want anybody to be too selfish with me, and I don't want to be too selfish with the person either. I want to allow the person to experience and I want that person to allow me to experience so we could come together and talk about our experiences together. Maybe I'm really just asking for a deep spiritual connection with a person. I'm gonna just let that sit there because I don't even want to do too much talking. Like Dude said, I don't even do too much talking. You know what I'm saying? But yes, guys. I want to thank you for sitting down to watch this part 2 episode. I don't know if I was talking about anything, but if I was, I mean, hey, like, tight shit. But no, thank you for watching this episode. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well out there. And don't forget to give you guys grace and fuck what these motherfucking people think at the end of the day.